Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all having a wonderful Monday and I hope you all have a fantastic week ahead of you. This week I'm going to be talking about bloggers. Oh my god, it's controversial. Everyone's talking about them, everyone hates them, and I am here to add my 2 cents to the mix. For me, I'm super passionate about this because I think the hatred of the bloggers sphere and the blogger world is inherently sexist. I said it, there we go, and I think it's something that super needs to be discussed and isn't enough, so here I am, and you're welcome in advance. Blogging is a mostly female industry. It's an industry where it's a lot of women who are making money, starting their own businesses, supporting themselves, and then they're hated for that. I'm shocked. Talk to me about a time in history when men have been hated for doing all those things. You can't, because it doesn't exist. Whenever I see like a group of people or just an industry or anything that is hated for like a particular reason, or when everyone just seems to hate a certain group of people, I'm like instinctively interested. And when that group of people is mostly female, then I'm extremely interested. I don't think it's a coincidence that bloggers are hated and they're mostly female. I don't think that's a coincidence. I really don't. And I hope that after this video you might agree with me. It's also kind of the same reason why I will always defend cats. Everyone hates cats. And I'm always weary of anyone who says they hate cats. I'm like, I don't really think you've given enough time to the cats. I don't really think you've thought about this. You just heard that cats are something to hate. So you're like, I hate cats, but you've never actually really spent time with a cat or thought about a cat. So I liken it to that, and that's just kind of why I'm here to defend bloggers and cats, and I probably will do more videos on cats down the line, but today it's about bloggers. Woo! Now, having said this, it's definitely not a black and white issue. It's not that I'm just like, oh my god, all bloggers are great. That is not what I'm saying. And I'm also not saying that all bloggers are terrible. That is not what I'm saying. These are not black and white issues. There are always things to be discussed and to be looked at, and I'm going to look at some of them now in the next few minutes. So I'll go into the bad first, because then that means we'll end on a nice happy note. The bad, I mean, I totally see what people are saying. For me, like, I hate when, I follow a lot of bloggers, which I feel gives me the right to discuss this, because I have some bit of authority, because I follow a lot of them. One thing I hate is when I see a blogger come on like stories or something, and they're like, oh my god, they apologise first of all for how they look. They're like, oh my god, sorry guys, you know, I look like shit. And I'm like, first of all, why are you apologising for the way you look? Oh my god, why? And second of all, I'm like, you don't look like shit. I'm like, you literally look perfect. Like, why are you saying you look like shit into the camera? Like, this is just the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, that just really, really makes me angry. And I'm just like, but it's not even that I'm like angry. I'm just like, for the person, I'm like, for you yourself. I'm like, oh my god, I wish this person could see how beautiful they look right now and how actually so fine they look right now. Why are they saying, oh, I'm so ugly or I look crazy into the camera when they don't? Like, that just makes me sad. And it's just crazy for other people to be listening to that and to think, oh my god, if she looks crazy, then what do I look like? Like, oh my god. And like, there was another time where I was watching a blogger, and this is a blogger now that I love and I follow her all the time, so this is just one thing that I just found funny. She was talking into the camera and maybe her hair didn't look that great or something, or she was going to get her hair cut, and she was like, I have to laugh. She was like, you know, I haven't gotten my hair cut in like 2 months. And I was like, oh my god, if 2 months is bad, I haven't got my hair cut in about 2 years. Oh my god. And like, I had to just laugh at that, and I was just like, oh my god, what are people thinking when they listen to this? And it just, obviously, it just sounded like, oh my god, 2 months? Like, that is just so hard, you know? And it's, you have to just kind of laugh at it, and I just laughed. I was just like, oh my god. Because I literally hadn't got my hair cut in about 2 years at that stage, so I was just like, oh my god. Maybe this is also just my internalized shame coming out and I'm projecting it onto this blogger, but really, you know, who knows? Who knows? That's just one example. Or like, you know, the teas, everyone knows about the teas for a flat stomach, and these bloggers with no nutritional background are promoting these teas which are great for your health and they make you skinny, and like we all know that they're just bullshit. And like honestly now, like if I see someone promoting one of those teas, that's me done. I'm like, no, I no longer trust you or have faith in you, and we won't be getting involved any further. And by involved, I mean I just will not be following you. It's not like we're, you know, in cahoots to begin with. I don't know. I hope we all know Jamila Jamil, feminist icon, like amazing. She just calls out anyone who promotes the teas, and she's like, yeah, you know, yeah, you're promoting this like flat stomach, super skinny, but like you have a chef and like personal trainer, and like you're probably not even taking them anyway, and they just literally make you shit everywhere, like, you know, no. So that's the teas. Then there are just, yeah, the issue of just people, you know, looking at bloggers and feeling bad about themselves and not feeling pretty enough or not feeling thin enough and not feeling good enough, basically. And I get this issue, but I'm really conflicted over whether it's like a legitimate issue or whether it's something that legitimately can be like put on bloggers. This whole issue of like role models, I have a really big issue with this, because yes, this person is putting themselves out there on the internet, on social media, and yes, there are a lot of impressionable young girls following them, but my issue is that this person didn't ask to be a role model. This person didn't set up and say, I'm a role model and you are all meant to follow my lead and follow my example. Like, it's just this kind of grey area where yes, they want to be followed and they want people to buy their product and they want to be, you know, influencers and they want to influence people. But this whole issue of role models in general, not just with bloggers, I have an issue with, because it's like we're constantly holding women to this unachievable standard, this just standard of perfection. And it happens with everyone, with singers, actresses, anyone. And I really take issue with it because, again, I think it's inherently sexist, because we do not hold men to this same standard. You know, men mess up and we don't say, oh, you're terrible, you're a terrible role model for young boys. We don't say that, you know, because the bar is so low for men. It is just so upsetting. Donald Trump can say grab women by the pussy, and there are probably still people who are like, oh yeah, you know, you too could be president one day. Or like male soccer stars like go around just like cheating on their wives the whole time, and we're like, yeah, like that's a good role model. Like what? Like, are you serious? So this whole pressure that we put on bloggers to be perfect and to be role models for young girls, I do take issue with. Even if someone is putting themselves out there and they are being followed by young people, I don't think it's fair to say that, oh, you can't do this now because they're young girls following you and you're bad now for young girls. I don't think that's fair. And unless someone has stood up and said, yes, I want to be a role model, I don't think we should hold them to that standard. You know, and that's something, like, I would love to hear people's thoughts on that and what people think about that. I just think it is something that's actually very inherently sexist, and I'm not here for it. So it's just, it's something to talk about and it's something to tease out. I don't know. Again, that's kind of some of the bad stuff. But then on the good side, I mean, I'm here defending bloggers, but I'm not like immune to, you know, thinking that like some of them are silly, you know. Like I often catch myself, you know, they're promoting makeup or they're promoting hair, and I catch myself just being like, oh, that's so superficial, or that's so like this and that. But then simultaneously I'm like, what mascara are they using? Like, I'm literally, like, I'm such a hypocrite. And like, I'm up on my, you know, superior high horse, and I'm like, oh my god, like, they're like so superficial. But then I'm literally like, what conditioner are they using for their hair? Like, it's so shiny. And I had to just actually catch myself with that, because I'm just such a hypocrite, you know. I was there saying that, you know, that's superficial, that's a lot of bullshit, and I was consuming that content, and I'm still following these people, and I genuinely am interested. So, and I think that's the case for a lot of people. We judge and we say like, oh, but like that's pathetic, but then we're all still following them, and it's like, well, if you're consuming their content, then why are you talking shit about it? Like, you're obviously enjoying it. Like, I'm just like, what? As I said before, I do think the blogging industry has so much to celebrate. It is a lot of women working for themselves. Yes, they might be promoting things that I might not like, you know, that are contributing to, you know, women feeling bad about themselves. Yes, but I mean, it's just, you kind of have to take, like, yeah, they're promoting like makeup and fake tan and like hair extensions, but we're kind of being promoted those anyway. And at least at least it's women themselves, you know, designing it and making money from it and supporting themselves, and, you know, hopefully being an inspiration to women in that way. Like, you know, I look up to bloggers and I'm like, God, they're actually really good business women, and, you know, maybe I don't want to be promoting, you know, clothes or makeup, but I might want to promote something else. And I think, like, there are a lot of bloggers who I'm inspired by, even if I'm kind of like, oh, why are they, like, promoting more things now that we feel like we have to do. But it's just, you know, it's just this weird one, and I kind of have to take the good with the bad, I guess. And it's not, like, as I said, it's not a black and white issue, and I just think, you know, bottom line, it's women supporting themselves and making their money and doing their thing, and I think that's something to be celebrated. And as I said, the hate against them, I think, is inherently sexist, and I think it needs to stop, and I just think it's a load of bullshit. And I think people need to admit to themselves that they might be jealous, they might want the life that bloggers have and they don't have it, and so they're gonna, you know, call them out and say that they hate them. Or people who are like, oh, but, you know, they have all their ads paid for. Like, it's literally, like, how I see it and how it's been kind of explained to me is that, like, blogging is literally just like watching a show with the ads in the middle. We're giving out about hashtag ad and everything, but, like, they need to make money, and, like, there's so much free content that they're giving you. Like, why are we, like, it's just this insane thing that I think needs to stop, and the hatred against them needs to stop. And I'm just, yeah, I'm not here for it. And, like, bottom line, which is the kind of the crux of this whole video, if you don't like a blogger, unfollow them. Like, stop talking about them. You know, there will all, in any industry, in any walks of life, even with feminism, like, there will always be extremists who might ruin it for you, or who might give the industry a bad name, but there are so many good ones. But, you know, if you don't like who you're following and you find yourself constantly getting angry or talking shit about them, or just being resentful or being jealous, unfollow them. Honestly, that's the beauty of social media. You can just unfollow people you don't like. So that's what I recommend doing. So, you know, that's this video. I hopefully will talk about this more. As I said, I don't think it's a black and white issue. It's super, like, nuanced, and there's loads to discuss, but I think it's, you know, I think it's something definitely worth talking about. Yeah, people need to leave the hate at home, guys, because just because. No one likes haters. No one likes hating. It's not good. So I will leave you with that profundity for today. Hope you all have a great week, everyone. Let me know what you think down below. I would love it if you'd like my page or like the video if you enjoy it. And yeah, that is it for this week. Bye!